Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a really exciting knife unboxing to share with you guys. Just an unboxing and first impressions. I honestly don't know if DLT still has these or not. I'll link the original listing down in the description. You guys can check it out if you want. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Okay, so this is a knife that I knew that I was going to buy for myself immediately. I did pay for it. I did not get it for free from Reate or DLT. I paid full price for it. Happy to do it. This is going to go directly into my own personal collection. So what did I pick up? I haven't actually opened this yet. I'm saving this moment for you guys. Is there a seal I have to break? No. Okay. It's heavy. I'll give you a hint. Oh boy, okay, so we got this. I'm not really interested in finding out what's in there, but I am much more interested in finding out. Oh golly, look at that. Look at that. Oh boy. Oh man, okay, so, good Lord, what is going on with all of this? This is spectacular. This is the new Reate T1000 V2. This is a specific one, but if you know, the Reate T1000, of course, is a frame lock, but it has secondary locking bolts, and the only way to disengage those is to push up on this sort of spring-loaded back switch back here, right? Now, I have the other one. I'm going to show it to you guys, but this, once you let go, it pops back in there. You can push these back in. It makes it impossible to flip, right? But it also double locks it out in the open position, which, oh, look at that. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Can you believe what you're seeing here right now? I can't. I'm freaking out just a little bit. I'm trying to hold it together here right now, so just bear with me. What we're going to do is just turn this over here. I'm just going to keep talking. Oh my gosh. Reate with the polished DLC. Holy crap. This is ridiculous. So, I've got a thing for overbuilt knives. Overbuilt knives? Doesn't he know that the geometry actually hinders you during performance? I sure do, but thanks for letting me know. The whole reason I enjoy overbuilt knives is simply the wow factor. I've got tons and tons of knives with proper utilitarian geometry, all of that, and that's fine. Utilitarian knives are great because those are knives that I take out and use when I'm, actually wanting to use a knife. But as a knife enthusiast who's been here in this world for years, decades almost at this point, I take interest in the interesting, the extra, right? Even if, and almost at this point, especially if it doesn't translate specifically to beneficial utility. I want that extra. So this knife is extra, 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 including, we have the black, can we see it? Yeah. So this, let's see if we can, here, let me give it a little elbow grease here real quick. Let me zoom in there. Let me zoom in there. Oh yeah. A subtle detail. This is black crystal titanium. That's what we're looking at here on these special parts right here. You can see kind of the crystallization, right? So crystal tie is, at some point I will do a video on this. Probably when I review this knife, I'll go into detail about crystal titanium, but the process is a little more complicated than your standard anodizing or anything like that. It's also a lot more expensive. So it's cool to get these little inlays. There are some differences that I'm noticing here. First thing I want to do is I want to, well, I suppose, yeah, let's just use a different microfiber. Let's use a brand new clean one right here. I want to get the oil off of here so that we can see the finish in all of its glory. Wow. Wow. That is beautiful. So, if you're new or you are the typical, entry-level but hyper-skeptical, came from TikTok or YouTube Shorts, yeah, there's a category for you guys because you all act exactly the same. Wow, that was spicy. Just taking shots out of the gate. When you're new, it's very common to be hyper-skeptical and assume that everything you're looking at is over-embellished for no reason. But the truth is that while in some cases that is absolutely true, this isn't just black paint or a simple black coating. That is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I figured that a lot of the shininess or the reflectivity was coming from the oil. It turns out this might be one of the most impressive. Is this like tumbled? Yeah. It's like a tumbled and satin DLC. So what is DLC? If you've been around for a bit, you know, right? DLC is absolutely the most premium coating that you can get on a blade because not only does it dramatically improve scratch resistance, the Rockwell hardness on this stuff is absolutely insane. It also dramatically improves corrosion resistance. So you're getting a really cool aesthetic on your blade, but not just because black is cool, right? You're also getting nothing but benefit. Now, I believe the steel, in this case, it's really hard to scratch. I've actually demonstrated on some Kunwu DLC knives, taking a steel bit and trying to scratch it versus an uncoated blade, just like a satin finish. This is almost impossible to scratch unless you're going to like huck it across concrete, right? So yeah, here is the actual information here. And these are serialized, so this is number 32 of 50. We have titanium black DLC, so it's DLC from DLT on the frame. M390, which Reate, I believe, does from 60 to 61, so thumbs up there. Geometry obviously is going to ruin the benefits for the most part for that heat treatment. But we have the M390 satin DLC and then crystal titanium black DLC. So everything is DLC coated, included. Look at that. You can see it, I think, probably more so on the pocket clip. Crystal titanium, I think, pops a lot more when it's a very colorful, right? Like if you guys saw the video I did with the good screw driver, where it was kind of green. Actually, it was extremely green. It was like atomic green, but that was crystal tie as well. This is, I've got some mirror DLC knives, and obviously those are more impressive, but that's a lot more work goes into them. As far as the satin DLCs that I have seen, I will say that this is the most impressive I've ever seen. I have never seen a satin DLC that looks this good. This is absolutely wild. So I have another one of these T1000s, and this guy came from, this was a Crane's Cutlery exclusive with Zerkatai. So I thought, what an awesome opportunity to get a DLC version. You can see here that version 2 has a little bit of a recurve. It's a compound recurve tanto, which is fine for me as somebody who simply wanted to collect this knife and has no intention of actually using it. I know that's going to bother some people. If you don't know, if it's not clear at this point, I am a collector and enthusiast and somebody who uses knives. In fact, today the knife that's in my pocket is the Bodacious. But these knives I don't buy to use. I buy them simply because they are interesting and wild and extremely different, even if substantially less user-friendly than your average pocket knife. I buy them specifically because they are different and have interesting elements that we don't normally see in the knife world. So these two pins will lock the blade out until to lock them out completely. The frame lock is definitely substantial, but the pins will lock the blade out completely until you actually push that switch there and pop them back out. That appears to work exactly the same way. Is there any... even the click is just about the same, right? Huge external stops. Very cool. The same little hole here. The jimping looks... Does it look a little different? Yeah, it looks slightly different. It looks like maybe the swedge up here, slightly different. Maybe a little... It's just the flat on the top of the blade looks a little bit different, but I think the thickness of the blade is still the same. They are both just shy of 1/4 inch, if I'm not mistaken. The old ones, CPM 3V. These guys in M390. Obviously at this geometry, right, if you really were going to take it out and use it, which at this point, with this much material and this much, I guess, this much of a suggestion that it's a hard use, at this point you should be using a fixed blade, right? But I guess if you were gonna, probably 3V would do it more justice, right? Doesn't really matter to me. Let's see what else looks like it's different. The detent feels exactly the same. This is a ridiculous flipper. It feels incredible because of all the weight in the blade. God, that blade is just gorgeous. Look at this. That is unreal. So these are expensive. If you go strictly by materials, these are crazy. The amount of titanium here, there's enough titanium here to make at least 2 knives probably 2.5. Same with the blade, right? Not only is it thick, but it's massive. So just materials alone, you're talking an enormous cost. But then on top of that, you're talking DLC for everything, which is expensive. It's not like spray painting it or just, gun coat, Cerakote, or even PVD. This is above all those in terms of overall quality, benefits, and cost. But it's a long boy. The overall length here is coming in at 9 inches. Blade length is 4. Cutting edge is 3.5 thanks to the forward choil. Inside of these little screws, it looks like probably just as a result of maybe the heat or something. Got kind of like a rainbow. I don't know. I mean, you can see it on the inside of the screw here as well. It's cool. I imagine it's just the result of some heating process, but that is absolutely gorgeous. I knew that I was going to love this, and I knew that the crystal tie elements were going to be subtle. I did not know how intense the blade was going to be. That is insane. If I remember correctly, my bill for this guy was like for this version, I think it was $580, something like that, I think. But yeah, these, I think the base price was $550 or something. This is different enough that I want to do a full review on it. But it'll probably be more of just an extensive overview since I don't actually plan to carry this one. And in any case, carrying or using it probably wouldn't reveal any information that you guys couldn't figure out just by taking a look at it, right? I think there's plenty of videos out there of people actually testing out the T1000, which is not really what I do here. But carrying and using this the way that I generally do before a review probably wouldn't reveal any additional information, right? So I'll probably just do an extensive review on this thing, or an extensive overview, and compare it with the original. But this is really cool. As a collector, like that, man, that one really spoke to me. Absolutely insane. Let's weigh it real quick and just see if there are any major differences in terms of weight between this one and the old one. I very much doubt it. So weight on this guy coming in on, grams, kilograms, there we go. 10.5 ounces, no surprise there. What does my old one weigh? Whoops, we gotta disengage it. I'm out of room in the overbuilt case. Ooh, why do you weigh more? Maybe because of the zirconium that's mixed in with the titanium Damascus? Yeah, probably. I couldn't imagine that there's any other reason there. There's zircotite here. Maybe half an ounce of extra zirconium in there? I don't know. But there you go. Very cool. Unbelievably cool. Very, very satisfied with that one. If you picked one of these up, you are probably enjoying it. If you didn't, you are welcome to look. I don't know if DLT still has these, but the T1000 is definitely one of the coolest. This is the T1000 V2 as far as I know. Did they call it the T2000? I honestly can't remember. What does it say on the box? Yeah, it says T1000 V2. All right. Anyways, expect to see the full comprehensive overview of this knife down the road a bit. That's going to be it today. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.